Hey everybody, welcome to the Anthony and Todd Show. I'm your host Trevor. I'm here with my boys Vincent and Jonathan. Today we're going to be going over the end of the year stuff. We're finally at the end of 2019 and we're going to be going over some of the best and some of the worst stuff that we've seen this year. So like, for instance, the best thing that I saw, I went to the zoo and the worst thing that I saw was the mistreatment of animals at the zoo. First, we're going to be going over the worst songs of the year. There are a lot of them. There's a lot of crap that we had to sift through to get to the good stuff, to get to the diamonds in the rough.
To get to Pissy Pampers, we had to go through actually Pissy
We have to go through the piss to get to the Pissy Pamper of the year.
So yeah, we got the top 10 worst songs of 2019. All of these are bad and they make me cringe.
And that's why they're the worst.
That's why they're the worst. Before we start, we couldn't fit just 10 on this list, so we have some dishonorable mentions. We have YG with Go Loko featuring Tyga and Jon Z, one of the longest fucking songs of the year. Going another long song of the year, Tool's Incoloum. Just doesn't end.
It's an hour long
ever. And then Machine Gun Kelly with I Think I'm Okay with YUNGBLUD and Travis Barker, who apparently made a song with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne.
That might be for next year. That one just came out. I have to still listen to that.
So, right in the top 10 list. Are you ready, Trevor?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Jonathan?
Sure, I got my coffee.
Okay. You probably need it. You need something to...
I was up till midnight at work last night. I had to be here at fucking early ass morning. Fuck this shit.
Trevor, what's number 10?
Number 10 is Chance the Rapper's Hot Shower featuring MadeinTYO and DaBaby.
So DaBaby's stock has risen very, vigorously throughout the entire year. And you think delivering some of the best features of the year, like his performance on Post Malone's last album, his feature on Megan Thee Stallion's last album, you think he would be, and with singles like Suge, Bop.
Bop didn't come out until after this. Still.
No, but I feel like this is just
a severe misstep.
I was talking about the entire year in general. I think his stock was very rising until he got to here, where Chance the Rapper, someone who's been critically acclaimed at this point, decided to just put together the biggest hobjobble of just loose freestyles and messy bars.
I don't think that's a word.
Hobjobble?
I don't think that's a word.
Well, this song's not a song either.
This song's a hobjobble. That sounds racist somehow.
I don't think it is.
It sounds vaguely anti-Semitic somehow. I don't know how, though.
I think I understand what you mean.
That's not what it meant, but it's just freestyle like filler. It has the most uninspired trap, basic ass trap beat. Chance's nasalier and cheesier than ever with lines like I got muscles like Superman's Trayer, real rare like Super Saiyan manga.
Like, look, leave the Super Saiyan references to Denzel Curry.
And then saucing on the workers at McDonald's. I don't want to sit and argue. Good burger should have taught you. We all dudes.
If I saw somebody saucing at McDonald's, I'd call the police.
MadeinTYO has this completely rip-off Lil Uzi Vert and Playboi Carti style, and DaBaby is not really terrible. It's just he's buried after two of the worst verses you'll hear all year, and he's just put in this death spot in what feels like a 40-minute song. I just feel bad for everyone involved in this.
I mentioned this to Trevor earlier. Chance's delivery doesn't sound like it belongs on like an actual serious album. It sounds like a couch to chesta track.
That's serious music.
It's real music for real ones only. What's number 9, Trevor?
It's ScHoolboy Q's CHopstix featuring Travis Scott, and you will soon see that Travis Scott is a least common denominator among these tracks.
ScHoolboy Q, someone who is probably known as the third best member of Top Dog, especially with his last outing. Decided he wanted to be the worst member, like J-Rock, and just decided to rip off J-Rock. And just uninspired, trap filler, nonsensical lyricism, no charisma, or even smoothness like he's had on previous works. And this is the most filler pop rap song I've heard all year. With
Didn't even get big either. Like it got like no radio play.
Which is good.
I think that's the part that's the most shameful of this track is that it was really shooting to be like a pop filler track, but it literally like not even mainstream radio would accept it.
Travis Scott's on here going. He sounds like Travis.
Sing it, Vincent.
CHopstix. It's just terrible. He's awful. He's so uninspired. I've said this before and said it again. Travis Scott times seems like he's just an AI that's just programmed to just do a cookie cutter performance. And this is just one of the examples where he just has no momentum behind him or any compassion to actually do anything. He's just
Computer generated music is a lot more listenable than him. Don't be insulting to AI.
Sometimes he glitches out and swings around the microphone stand.
Yeah, I just kind of want to forget the song. It was just awful. This next one's near and dear to Trevor, though.
Oh,
I think
yes.
I'm going to let him take the
All right, this next one is DJ Khaled's Thank You featuring Big Sean. I've mentioned this on the show before. I got into an argument with this one guy about which rapper represents Detroit the best, and I personally think Danny Brown right now is representing Detroit the absolute best, and he fought with me tooth and nail that it was Big Sean. Well, I've got news for you, buddy. If you listen to this track, you're going to hear lyrics like this. My Gigi told me God laugh at you when you make plans, the type of wisdom that made us men. Plus trying to thank everybody who helped us along the way is like trying to name every single member of the Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah, I might skip one or two, but that doesn't mean they wasn't just as part of the plan.
Some love goes without saying.
I think this is super cringy. One, Big Sean is like super... he just overprices himself and DJ Khaled, and DJ Khaled does absolutely nothing on this track. He just called up Big Sean and was like, hey, you want to make a song for me?
DJ Khaled do anything on any track?
No.
He produces, but like it's like
You can barely call it
produces with
producing.
other people.
Yeah.
So.
He pulls like guest producers all the time and guest artists. Like he's just... I feel like he's like a...
He's a curator.
Yeah.
But it's like not good curation.
Correct. I don't know. Big Sean is just extremely disappointing. Also, naming the members of the Wu-Tang Clan, I feel like he's like... He really showed his flaw there, where he was like, man, I don't know anything about the Wu-Tang Clan. And then he tried to like kind of make it up, where he's like, well, everybody forgets one or two. Buddy, like you could have left that on the cutting room floor. You didn't have to put that in the song. This isn't a live recording. You could have rewrote that, but he felt no need to rewrite that line.
Yeah, this makeout fest between Big Sean and DJ Khaled is just terrible. The fact that he dropped this song and then like a month or two later he dropped his first solo single in a while, and everyone was like freaking out like Big Sean's like one of the greatest of all time. I was very confused by, because Big Sean, like, he's had some solid moments before, but the majority of it is just trash. Yeah. So I don't know what everyone's getting excited. He's not going to drop another bounce back anytime soon. That's for sure.
He's not going to bounce back after that.
What's number 7?
Ed Sheeran's Antisocial featuring Travis Scott.
So going into bad curation to even more bad curation, Ed Sheeran decided to make an entire project collaborating with artists he should never collaborate in the first place with, and he decided to pick the flavor of the month right as Sicko Mode was hot, Travis Scott. And the synths of this track are super Sicko Mode rip-offy. It's like the same chords over and over again. Ed Sheeran does not fit over this beat. It doesn't work for him. It's just two styles of pop and trap that should never mash.
I do have to give Ed Sheeran credit that at least he works on the tracks that he curates.
That's not saying much.
At least he's singing on these and working with the artist.
Travis Scott, back to Travis Scott, is untamed AI that just does not care. Very predictable, very generic, and his stock... It's almost gone down in my eyes because he hasn't done anything this year that really
it's definitely gone down in my eyes.
Because like Astroworld at least had moments that were surprising. Like this year he's just been doing features that are just very like...
Yeah, I could listen to Astroworld and like have fun with it. Like it wasn't great, but like it was at least enjoyable. Like nothing Travis Scott's done this year's enjoyable.
Bring back rodeo. Bring back the action figure.
Yeah, this was just a super cash grab onto a hit that was already made. That's about it. I think number 6 is very near and dear to Jonathan's heart. And what is it, Trevor?
Trevor.
Oh, well, no, he'll do it.
This is number 6 is Iggy Azalea with "Thanks I Get." Thanks I Get.
Thanks I Guess.
The Thanks I Get the opening track for her album In My Defense, which did not work in her defense. So basically, Fakes I Get is just the same old bullshit that you give Iggy, where it's the same, like, dated-ass production, hip-hop. Everything sounds like it's from, like, 4 years ago. Except this time, instead of just doing a shitty, like, song over it, she decided to basically claim that she is the one who started her entire, like, movement, completely ignoring the fact that her entire career is just ripping off African-American artists. And so, it has zero self-awareness. It has zero quality. Zero reason to be made. And it just makes every case that she's ever tried to make about why she's not racist of her career, like, 1,000 times worse. This is basically, if going, like, her defense, like, metaphor, this is basically going to court saying, I couldn't have killed that guy. I only used this gun, not this gun.
You could have said glove.
She says, I'm the one that showed these bitches how to stunt, and this motherfucking thinks I get. Even though people have done what she's done for decades and millennium before. So
it's hard to argue that you deserve thanks when your whole career is ripping off other people.
And I'm surprised she's even, like, still exists. Also, she apparently Playboy Cardi's baby mama. That's a rumor. That very surprised me.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, something for Playboy Cardi. He's gonna, like, have the baby ad-lib on the track.
We should throw Cardi a baby shower.
Just Cardi.
Just Cardi.
Number 5 is really, really interesting. It's 93 Punk with definition of a fuckboy. What's 93 Punk? Well, it's the collaboration of Vic Mensa and Bad Brains.
And a bunch of other people.
And it tries to blend pop punk, pop, and hip hop. And it sets all future collaborations between each genre back at least 20 years.
I've been thinking about this. Isn't that basically what the Red Hot Chili Peppers have been doing for years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, albeit much better.
like, I mean, like, other bands have been doing this. Show Me the Body's first album did that, but what they did is they took at least the good aspects of both genres, not only the worst traits.
Yeah, like Rage Against the Machine has done this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Like, this is a, like, a
Well, they're not
mix that's existed.
anything.
Like, this is, like, mixing, like, punk and, like, rock and rap has existed for decades. I mean, fuck. Anthrax did it. They did a fucking collab.
I think that makes it worse because they couldn't do it right.
Yeah.
But Vince Mensa lists off the definitions of what a fuckboy is, and it just sounds like he's describing himself. Like, it's just, like, Vic Mensa has not been one to, like, steer clear of, like, negative aspects of himself and showcase he's not really that good of a person. It's like the second verse on this. It's a fucking shame he's obsessed with fame. 20-some years old. Now you want to gangbang. You a suburbs kid, no matter what you claim. Saying I fucked your bitch is getting kind of old.
It's getting old.
Getting old. Tragedy, no doubt. You killed yourself for clout. Now you're sitting in a cell with a lot to think about. Now you'll be in witness protections if you let you back out. Now you're a mumble rapping because it's a dick in your mouth, which is just a terrible line. Why are you going against mumble rap? He's friends with Chance.
Vic Mensa doesn't even exist as far as I'm concerned. Nobody can name a single song by him.
It's just like he's just always been like just like a hard ass, and like the way the character he's describing on this just sounds like he's just reflecting himself to the point where it's not like political. It's just super like unbearably cheesy and just cringy.
Yes.
And that's about it. That I just want the song to go away. Number 4, we have Sleaford Mods with Big Burt, which is I tried to write some notes about this to go back to it. Go back and listen to the song just so I can get it back in my memory, and I could not stand this.
Yeah, see, I told you, this was the worst track off that album. It takes all of Sleaford Mod's, like, most annoying attributes, which, even in their best tracks, are still there. Like, it's impossible to have a Sleaford Mods project and not have annoying attributes. But it takes every single one they've collected over their career, removes any of the good traits, and just focuses it into one god-awful, unlistenable track with the worst, like, I don't fucking remember the dude's name, but the lead singer, like, he's trying to harmonize, and he can't harmonize because he can't fucking sing.
Jason Williamson.
Yeah, like, he's good at doing, like, this unrestrained, like, talk rapping thing, and he can't sing. Like, he needs to just basically speak out his lyrics in, like, a angry way, because that's what he's good at. What he can't do is, like, actively, like, try to sing a chorus.
Yeah.
And this is what he tries to do.
This track has simple trash trap drums. It has this huge, like, disgusting bass that's in the back. He's just completely unfocused. He's uncaged. His character is out of control. It is completely annoying and frantic, and it just doesn't end. And I kind of just want to forget about it ever existing. And moving forward, we have another thing I wish I forgot ever existed with Logic's Bohemian Trapsody, which on name alone sounds terrible, and when you go into the track, it's even worse.
This was the opening track for Logic's first of 2 albums this year.
No, it was a soundtrack. Get it right.
Fuck it. A soundtrack has to, like, actively go with something. You can't just, like, write a book and say, I made an album to go with the book and call it a soundtrack. A soundtrack goes over it. Unless you're, like, actively supposed to read the book while listening to this album.
What is it called?
It's an album. It's an album, like, collection. Like, it goes with it. It's like a collective piece. They go together. It's not a soundtrack, though.
Gotcha.
Unless you're supposed to read the book while listening to the album, it's not a fucking soundtrack.
You're supposed to finish the book in like an hour.
You're supposed to read really fast.
But, like, it's the opening track from his first album, his first project of the 2 he made this year, and it sets the bar so fucking low, and it's so bad, and it doesn't ever really get better. It just never really, it just stays equally bad pretty much throughout this whole thing, but just, it's such a bad opening moment for Logic's 2019.
Yeah, it starts off with basically this track. The whole entire record, Supermarket, takes this shitty 2000s indie pop style that's just been done to death at this point and just exploits it to a point of no return. It has this warm and hazy guitar and synth combo that is very underwhelming and would be very impressive if it came out like 2 decades ago. But here in the scenario, it just seems very awkward, especially with Logic's very nasally voice over top of it. He's not the worst. I think his singing is probably not the worst aspect. It's more the performance. His singing's not the worst aspect. It's more the lyricism and more the concept of the track, but he just has no right to be over this type of production. The end outro rap beat with elevated, feeling elevated, took a hit of weed and feeling escalated, that like type of flow he's going where he's just rhyming all EDs and it's really annoying. And then at the end he says, pass the weed like a legislator. That is one of the worst lines I've heard all year.
I'm not even sure what that means.
He wants them to pass weed laws,
even
because he's anti-weed.
And that's it. This is just bad. It doesn't progress like Bohemian Rhapsody does. I don't know why you'd even compare it to. It's not even trap, really. It's more indie rock.
He came up with the name before and separately from him coming up with the track.
I don't know, because like it feels like a complete misunderstanding of why Bohemian Rhapsody works as a song, because like he's trying to do like the sudden like shifts like Bohemian Rhapsody does, but forgetting that it's supposed to be this like constant shifting like.
No, I feel like they're not even like related. I feel like one day he was in the shower and he was like, Bohemian Rhapsody, and like 3 years later he made this song.
Written down to the wire. At number 2, we have Miley Cyrus with Cattitude featuring RuPaul. Okay, I have to make a statement. I tried defending this song at first.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, I know. But here's my. I try to play devil's advocate. I didn't think the song was good. I try to play devil's advocate because I wanted to compare what Miley was doing to what like artists like Lil Pump are doing and how they're just very trashy.
No, that's at least fun and doesn't make me want to like stab my eardrums.
Now you understand.
But now I understand months later. I thought it was terrible to begin with. I thought RuPaul was just terrible. But I thought it was like ironically funny.
It kind of is if you just read the lyrics.
But like going over this, it has this overwhelming bass, this overwhelming club beat that is just nasty. Miley Cyrus has this ugly, disgusting twang that is just so irritating. RuPaul is just awful. My favorite line personally is ride, shine, clock said pussy time. Bust my pussy nut while I'm fingering your butt. Do I suck dick? You ain't seen shit. It doesn't rhyme.
Why it does, but not where it's supposed to.
And then Miley goes on later to say, I love you, Nicki, but I listen to Cardi. I got a new song on the radio. No, she says radio. And it's just completely disgusting pronunciation. And it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's right. It's number 1. This is just awful.
I don't remember this ever going to number 1.
I don't.
This is cringy.
Yeah, it's just. I tried to listen to this track again on the way here because I had nothing better to do, and it came up twice because I didn't have enough songs. Like I was trying to put all like the songs I like wasn't as familiar with like to go over, and it came up twice. And the second time I was like, nah, fuck this. I was like, I can't do this shit twice.
But can you do our number 1 twice?
I actually did because it's so bad. I have to understand it. I have to fully understand why.
It's like
how.
it's like the Da Vinci Code. You
Yeah.
have to figure out all the pieces, and then you find out Jesus turned water into wine. What's our
I
number?
don't think that was what that was about.
I'm pretty sure Tom Hanks just like drank a bunch of water, and then Jesus turned
And then he
into
got
wine.
drunk.
What's number 1, Trevor?
It's Lil Dicky's Earth. This track's awful. It's really long. Lil Dicky hasn't put out anything since, that Brain EP?
Yeah.
Really? And then he waited a long time, and then he was like, guys, I got a surprise for you. And then Earth Day of this year, he dropped this long track featuring, here's our list, Sia, Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Shawn Mendes, Halsey, Katy Perry, Ed Sheeran, Leonardo DiCaprio, not a singer at all, Brendan Urie, Charlie Puth, Snoop Dogg, Miley Cyrus, Psy of Gangnam Style fame, Kevin Hart as Kanye West, Lil Yachty, Zach Brown, Megan Trainor, Tory Lanez, and John Legend.
How do you get all
But they
these?
don't play themselves.
Again, what I said, his career makes sense if he's a Make-A-Wish kid. That's the only way you could get these many people to get on board with a track this bad.
So the purpose of the song, it was done for charity, so all the proceeds from the song go forward to the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation.
He should
for
get his
that's
Oscar
good.
back.
That's good,
But he produced this, so he should give his Oscar back.
no, but the problem
Produce this.
the problem isn't that the money's going to a good cause or the cause itself. It's the fact that if you view the cause this way, it's the reason why we can't really convince people on the right side of things to believe in climate change because of shit like this. Because we posted it as a meme, we posted it as jokes, and if we have to actually take like a serious stance against it, like, because we're gonna fucking die if we don't. Like, that's like
We should have got Al Gore on this
yes,
track.
that's how he would have made it better. But like, there's no.
Imagine that track though. Like, Lil Dicky comes up, he introduces it, and then he just shuts up. And it's just Al Gore explaining climate change in like a complete, like, basic, like, he's not singing. There's still a beat underneath
just
him, but he's
talking.
just explaining, like, the horrors of climate change.
Little Dicky still finds a way when talking about climate change to make it all about himself, making himself look like the good guy, that he's some wise philosopher and we should all just trust in the wise teachings of Little Dicky. He makes himself to be bigger than he actually is.
Greatest minds of all time. Lao Tzu. Nietzsche. Lil Dicky.
Each of these characters gets like their own terrible cringy one-liner. Like the cow goes, how's it going? I'm a cow moo, you drink milk from my tits. And I'm pretty sure that's played by Zach Brown. Yeah, Zach Brown. And then I'm a squirrel looking for my next nut. These are just like terrible. I think Lil Yachty plays like an STD. He plays like chlamydia or something. Like none of these make any fucking sense. They're just completely stupid. It isn't funny. Little Dicky has just a long-winded sense of humor to where sometimes it's cringy funny, like it's entertaining. This was just really boring. And it just doesn't make any sense. It promotes climate change, the ideal awareness of climate change in the wrong way to where it's more perceived as a joke than actually an actual relevant cause. And the only good thing about this is money going to Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. I don't know. I can't say his
It
name.
makes me like actually support climate change because at least they'll kill Lil Dicky.
I think we're gonna leave it at that. Yeah. Until next time, guys. I've been Vincent,
I'm Trevor.
I'm Jonathan.
and see you, boyos.
Hi, everybody.